StreetSmart. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. Let's go ahead and get into the process of becoming a StreetSmart driver. Good instructors are very patient with young drivers, whether you're a teen, young adult, middle age, or older age. Being nice goes a long way. Some examiners or testers who yell, or instructors, you'll end up with more anxiety on the student side, more frustration on your side. As a driving instructor, I have a responsibility. My first responsibility is to ensure safety. That's the number one thing. I need to be able to look at your nonverbal behavior. Are you gripping the wheel? Are you sweating? Is your leg shaking? Are you relaxed? I always welcome my students in with a smile. A smile is from the heart. When you smile, that shows confidence, that shows safety, and it shows you I care. I-C-A-R-E. I do care about all of you who are taking the time to look at this information, to prepare for your test, to prepare to take your driving lessons, whether you're a teen, young adult, early 20s or 30s, or 40s, 50s, 60s. You want to be able to give directions in advance. For instance, I need you to make a right turn at the next light. Internally, you understand what to do. You know you're going to have to turn on your right blinker, right is up. You're going to have to check your inside mirror, your left mirror, your right mirror, and you're going to have to look over your shoulder. As a tester, as an instructor, I want to see you do these maneuvers. I am pulling, P-U-I-L-I-N-G, I'm pulling for you. I do have an examination to do. You have to meet certain state standards, national standards, and I explain these things to you, such as the teacher intervenes to keep the vehicle in control. What does this mean? This means that you're getting ready to run a light. You're nervous. I find through my experience, I have to support you, Y-O-U. Screaming is not gonna do anything. And if your mom or dad or your older sister or brother or an examiner or tester scream at you, you're gonna shut down. We're gonna be more at risk, R-I-S-K, of crashing, of having an accident, and not being successful. I want all of you to be successful. And you do this through making a conversation, helping your student, whether it's a teen, young adult, older adult, mature adult, you explain to them, today we're going to be taking a test. I'm going to have you make a series of right turns, a series of left turns. You can tell by my face, F-A-C-E, that I'm happy to be here, I'm connecting with you, and I want you to feel like I'm in the car with this guy, and he's going to show me what to do, he's going to support me, and even if I make a mistake, he won't go crazy, which I won't. I learned that a long time ago. I want to make conversation with you so you understand that I want you to pass, P-A-S-S. And good instructors, good teachers tell the students that. Here's our objective. You need to do a series of maneuvers. You're going to be making approximately 4 right-hand turns. You're going to be making 4 left-hand turns. F-O-U-R. You're going to be making 4. In your mind, you understand. And if one of your turns is too fast and you bump the curb, I'm going to calm down. I'm not going to severely mark you down. But I want you to do the maneuver again. I want you to relax. Good instructors share stories. If you've been watching and supporting, you realize that we went down to Texas. I did a podcast. And if you don't know that I have a podcast, it's called Driving with Myles, and it's on Spotify. This way you can get the inside conversation on, hey, how are you? You can get the inside conversation on how to become a good driver. If you speed over the limit, you'll get a warning. I'm very supportive and understanding. Most beginning drivers, what's up, Alexander? Alexander, let's use him as an example. I just recently got into the YouTube Partner Program. I'm very excited. Alexander, I would love for you to be a member. And by you being a member, you're going to get inside information, the background. What does he do before he goes live? What does he do before he teaches a student? What's up, Todd? What does he do? I prepare. I'm very positive about driver's education. Todd, for example, he is the next generation driver. I want to make Todd better than me. I want to give Todd all the tools he needs to be successful. It takes 5 to 9 years to become, yeah, I understand. It takes 5 to 9 years. So when it takes 5 to 9 years, it takes time. And whether you're starting young, like some of my students, or you're a teen, young adult, it really doesn't matter. You want to learn all you can because things change. I want to see smooth stops. You don't want to slam the brake because you'll get points reduced. You could get rear-ended. I gave you the example of us driving a rent-a-car in Texas, brand new car. The brakes are very tight, T-I-G-H-T, and if you hit the brakes, we stop real fast. My daughter was driving, she hit the brakes really hard, we almost got rear-ended. So you have to be mindful, use the ball of your foot. I want you to visually understand what I'm trying to teach. You have to keep your car straight in the lane. You want to aim high. You want to look ahead. When you look ahead, you're able to see information. There's a traffic backup. I need to get over to the middle lane. There's a car merging into the right. I need to stay in the middle lane. It's called observation. You want to check your blind spot to your left. You want to check your blind spot to your right. So you can't be scared to turn your neck left or right. Next, I have to be considerate. Everyone's a little bit different. I'm different, you're different, every human being is different. That's what makes the world beautiful. So being different is something that needs to be embraced. I want you to feel comfortable talking to me, asking me, M-E, questions. This is how you grow. No school today. We're on professional development on my break. And good people share those positive things. And as you have someone who is helping you grow and develop, you will understand what it's like to be a young adult. You will understand what it's like to prepare for driving. Because one of the things that young adults do is drive. Driving is not for kids. Driving is for teens, post-teens, and you have to take a series of tests. So my job is to prepare you for that. Good instructors are very calm on the road. If someone is screaming at you, snapping at you, harsh with you, you're going to shut down. You're going to not want to be in the driving situation. And as a result, on your test, you have to identify targets. You have to check your mirrors properly. You want to have your mirrors properly adjusted. Your center mirror needs to be framed so you can see the rear window, just like I'm looking. Your side mirror, your driver's side mirror, you need to see a little bit of the side of the car. Your right mirror, you need to see a little bit of the side of the car. So when you're driving, you can check your mirrors, and then when you make that lane change, you can look over your shoulder, and it's got to be smooth and effective. A lot of beginners turn the wheel, thereby the car's off the road. The instructor, the tester, has to grab the wheel, and then you'll lose points. So you want to stay smooth. Next, good instructors are looking for controlled braking. You got to be able to squeeze your brakes without them locking up and without getting rear-ended. It's really important that you feel comfortable. I can't emphasize that enough. When you're driving in a few years, I guess, it does help. And because I prepare teens and young adults for driving, it will help. And because I live it every day, I'm a state certified driving instructor. And I'm going to prepare you for your pre-test in classroom, in the car. I'm going to prepare you for that road test because I have that experience, I have the resources, I have the tools, I have the knowledge base. So you're going to get prepared, and then when you get into that driving situation, you can have certain expectations, right? So educational levels are important, and having that source, I want to be your source to help you grow. Good instructors, good teachers allow you to fix your mistakes. You're going too slow. Can you pick up your speed? I need you to add a few more things into your driving speed control. I need you to reduce your speed in the downtown area. So the more questions you ask, the more successful you're going to be. Good instructors use their hands. I need you to go to the right. I need you to go to the left. I need you to stop behind the stop line. Next, you have to know how to back up. You have to put your right arm on the seat. You got to look over your shoulder and look out of your back window. A lot of cars do have backup cameras, but these are the best backup cameras, your eyes, EYES. You have to show beginners where to look, where to see. If this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. I need you to give it a thumbs up because you feel like you're getting value, you feel like you're learning. That is important. Next, good instructors, good teachers make jokes. And it's important that we continue to elevate. There's no awkward silence. Good teachers, good instructors give that positivity, give that energy. Good teachers, as well as instructors, talk to you like you're an adult. And I think that behavior is learned through what you do, whether you're in the classroom, doing assignments, working quietly, being mature. More adults will respect you if you ask for support, you ask for help, your goal is to pass. Pass your test, get your license, get a job, all those things elevate. In middle school, high school, those are certain things you have to do to get up. If you're not a good high school student, middle school student, that will prolong you getting your permit. Teachers, instructors want to treat you like an adult. Once I talk to the representative, we'll find that out. Good instructors, good teachers give you candy, they show support, they show care. I think that's really important. I think a lot of adults have kind of lost step of treating our younger people in a positive way. And if you answer the question correctly, you know your instructors and teachers who care. Next. There are different ways to hold a steering wheel. There's more than one way. There's a 9 and 3, there's a 10 and 2, there's a 5 and 7. Everyone is a little bit different. So what I need you to do is understand the best way that is successful for you, the best way that is comfortable for you. And there's no one best way to teach someone. There's no one best way to show someone how to drive. You learn. And if you are a good student in the classroom, you're neat, you're organized, you're going to drive that same way in the car. You're going to earn the respect of your teacher. You're going to earn the respect of an adult. And then this is when opportunities happen. Do you use hand over hand? Probably Christmas. Not sure, probably Christmas. And driving from Texas. So that's definitely, it's over 21 hours. So if you're driving on an expressway, a long drive like that, you've got to prepare early. How much gas is it going to take? Probably 5 tankfuls of gas, over 1,200 miles. But in some cases, you might want to fly. So it depends. You got to plan for trips. Going to Texas, Detroit, Flint, Chicago. It really depends. So in the classroom, the teacher is funny. They use diagrams. And that really helps you understand how to grow. Parking is a challenge. You've got to be able to park properly, have good speed control, got to be able to get the car centered. And you have to focus on this. A lot of people don't work on parking. And the one thing I don't want to use my son as an example, I usually back up in the driveway. I look out of my back window, I cover the brake, I'm backing back, and then from there, I cover the brake. Most cars have sensors that beep, 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 and then you put it in park. If you don't practice backing and doing those parallel parking maneuvers, angle stall park maneuvers, you won't really be prepared. In downtown areas, you have to park. We were in downtown Houston this past Friday and Saturday. You got to be able to park. And if you don't park properly, you're going to get a ticket. You have to be 12 inches or less away from the curb. You want to push your mirror on a car. This is some real practical advice because you don't want your car damaged. We looked at the odometer. We drove almost 400 miles, driving Texas, Prairie View, Dallas, Houston, driving back, driving to the airport, and taking those trips, vacations. You learn responsibility. We have to keep the rent-a-car clean. We have to fill up the car. And they don't take care of things, so you'll pay additional fee. The car was clean. You have to make sure you put your seatbelt on, and when you first get into the car, put on your seatbelt. The rent-a-car, and I'll talk about the rent-a-car agreement perhaps tomorrow. There's a rent-a-car agreement. If you damage it, you have to pay. You've got to keep it clean. You can't smoke in the car. You can't have pets in the car. And we understand that. So when you're driving a different car, whether it's a Challenger, they could upgrade to a Mercedes truck. That could have been over $150 a day. I almost got the Tesla. But they didn't have charging stations where we were in Texas. I was talking to the manager of the hotel. I almost jumped on that Tesla because they were a lot of Teslas, but it wasn't practical for what I wanted to do, us traveling, but there were a lot of charging stations along the way, but that could have been 3 hours, 4 hours, additional cost. But the fact that they are putting out cars that are electrical and electrified is good for all of us. And for you as a driver, you're going to have that latest technology. You're going to have those smart cameras. You're going to have those side cameras. So that can put you at ease, but also that is a little stressful if you've never been in a Tesla before. I want to continue to bring all of you value. I want you to feel like you're learning, Learning. I'm going to be rolling out a members-only session where I can talk to you one-on-one, coach you, road test prep, knowledge test prep. So I want you to consider subscribing, and then I'll be making a follow-up video on why you should become a member. And I think that's really important. If this is bringing you value right now, drop an emoji, give it a thumbs up, because this tells me you are prepared for the next step. Because in our journey of becoming better drivers, you need that support system. I want to be that support system. I'm going to talk to you like an adult. I'm going to treat you like an adult. There's not going to be awkward silence in the car. I tell dad jokes. I want to make you feel comfortable. But ultimately, I want you to learn how to drive, because that's what this session is about, learning how to drive. And good instructors understand what is happening today. You can't just be sitting down in the classroom. You need to see the parking lot. You need to see the inside of the car. You need to see different driving environments. What is it like driving during rush hour? What is it like driving at night? What is it like driving in the wintertime? Those situations will help prepare you and make you the best driver. Me coming from a cold weather climate, it was 24 degrees last week, and it's in the low 30s today. It was 85, 88 in Texas. The road signs are different. The pavement markings are different. They had an HOV, it was a diamond, and it said HOV, high occupancy vehicle, and you need to know that it means you need to have more than one person in the car. If you don't, you're subject to a ticket. So you will see the value in learning from my channel. You will see the value in becoming a member. And when you become a member, you're going to get behind the scenes. What do I do as a teacher, as an instructor? Why did I choose driver's education? What are some of the rewards? What are some of the risks? You're going to learn that by watching. Hello, Omar. Just like Omar, I shouted Omar out. Omar, if this is bringing you value, drop a character. May I ask you something? Feel free, Omar. I will answer the best way I can. Being available to ask people questions is super important because you're watching this to prepare for driving. You're watching this to get ready for your test. You're watching this to be your best authentic self. And by me treating all of you like an adult, go ahead and ask your question. And if this is bringing you value, give it a thumbs up. This tells me I'm on track. If I'm not getting a thumbs up, I'm not really getting the value that I need. Good instructors are patient. They don't belittle you. Palestine or Israel, my brother, I'm for freedom. And if I had to make a choice, I would say freedom. And a two-state solution can be complicated and tricky. We did discuss this. So I would say the two-state solution, okay? And that's what I would choose being an instructor, being a teacher. I don't want to see any people put out of their home. I don't want to see anyone being disrupted from their homeland. But Egypt has opened up their borders to allow refugees to come in. So I like that as an American. And I feel if a country relies on me for support, I'm going to help them. So it's about support and it's about helping. And every country, every ethnic group has a choice. And as an American, I made my choice to help both sides. I will never be forced to answer something I don't believe in, but I'm going to say it's both sides. You've got to help and get people back to their foundation. And it's important that you understand the history from an American perspective, whether a Palestinian perspective, whether an Israeli perspective. There's a lot going on. And to say, because I originated from Africa. So Africa has been invaded by multiple nations. I'm not mad. I will learn from that. And I've been brought to America, my brother. So for me to choose is not what I want. I want to have peace. I want the country to move forward. I don't want troops there. I want troops to come home. But if people need our support, we're going to support them. That being said, I want to bring you to the conclusion. Subscribe to the channel, podcast, Driving with Myles, on Spotify, and become a member. I will be creating an introduction video to explain why I want you to become a member, the value of having a membership, learning the insides of what I do as I prepare to instruct, teach, and to really see the glory. I want to say thank you. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. If you have questions about the membership, put them in there. I want to say thank you. Have a blessed day.